Nice of you to stop by so quickly, Ryan.
You, remember something else?
Yeah. I had another dream, only this time there was so much more.
Concerning Ian?
And Carl. I don't know if it was because of the hypnosis or if it was seeing Ian on the docks, but...
It's all right. Just sit down and tell me about it.
Okay. Ian and Carl were arguing. It wasn't like they were working together.
What were they saying?
Ian said to Carl, give it to me. It belonged to my father.
What was he talking about?
It was a key.
How do you know?
All right, it's complicated, but this is what I can piece together so far. One of the waitresses that I hired at the Daily Grind, she followed Ian from when he was living in San Francisco.
What, you mean Joy?
Yeah. Apparently she had this incredible crush on Ian when he used to work for her father, Sandy Cory. Turns out that she's Mac Cory's granddaughter, Maggie.
Wait a minute. You're saying that Ian worked for the San Francisco Corys before he came to Bay City?
Yeah, and he told Maggie that he was looking for some keys.
Did he say why?
Something to do with his father.
Right, this is exactly what he said in my dream.
Yeah, it's my guess that Ian broke into my place hoping that Carl had somehow gotten those keys to me.
Did Carl ever give you such a key?
Never.
I still don't understand the connection Ian has with the Corys.
All right, Mac Cory had one of those keys. So Ian probably got a job there so he could search for it.
And this is the same man who's been escorting Amanda Cory all over town. Unbelievable.
It's my understanding that it's some sort of revenge mission.
So why was Victoria dragged into the middle of all this?
I've got no idea, but it certainly tracks with what Maggie was willing to tell me about him.
Bridget was stealing?
I don't know. I'll go check. I'm sure it's nothing.
Listen, Grant, I've got to get out of here anyway.
I want to talk to you.
About what?
Understand this clearly. I will never forgive you for what you did to Victoria.
Daily Grind. Yes, he's right here, Mrs. Cory. I'll put him on. Dean, it's for you. Kelsey, it's time you go to John's now. Oh, before you lose your nerve.
Okay.
See you there. All right, see you later.
Hello, Mrs. Cory. She did? Oh, wow. Yeah, because I was wondering... Well, if you want me to, yeah, if you think it'll help. Sure. Okay. So long.
What, you're gonna go over and see Maggie?
She's in a big mess.
You have a really big heart. I just hope she doesn't step on it too hard.
Won't be long, okay?
Okay, I guess I'll just work on my notes. Go on.
Oh, listen, Miss Judge and Jury. No, I was a lot worse kid than Maggie was when I was her age.
Yeah, but you got over it. At least most of it. Be careful.
Hey.
Hello. I figured you'd be here.
Yeah? How you doing, sister?
Lousy. What? Kevin and I broke up.
Oh, wow, I'm sorry. You okay?
Sure. I'm always okay, aren't I? Yeah, well, he couldn't leave well enough alone. He wanted us to move in. He was just trying to pin all these stupid labels on us.
He was thinking marriage, wasn't he?
Well, that's what he was working up to, and I felt like I was on a conveyor belt into suburb hell. It wasn't very pretty.
Do you miss me?
Yeah. A lot.
Why don't I talk to Kevin? Maybe I can tell him to slow
No,
things
I
down.
really don't think there's any point to that. We've taken it as far as it can go, and I can't change Kevin, and I certainly don't want him to change me. Right?
I wish I could help you.
No, you can't. I guess it's just time to close the book on this one. The thing is, I just kind of didn't expect it to end this quickly. But you know, who's doing really well? Guess what I got today?
Oh, from Mom? Darlings, greetings from the pink cloud. Rehab goes the way it's supposed to. Love, Mom.
You know, it's weird. What? I miss her.
Grant, we've got to get past...
You risked her life bringing her down to those docks. You brought her inches from a lunatic.
Well, none of this would have been necessary if you told Vicky the truth about what she said under hypnosis.
I had her safety in mind first.
How? How, by keeping the truth from both of us?
I was handling
No, you were burying it. Now, if we had done things your way, Ian Rain never would have been brought to
And
justice.
you think he will be now? Seems to me you let Ian Rain slip right through your fingers.
No, I'll get him.
And if you don't,
That's not an option. I'll be sure to nail this guy for good.
Oh, Stephen's fine.
well, that makes one of us.
Hello, darlings.
Hello, Donna. Well, now that your mother's here, I'm going to go up to the study and get some work done. I think that all of this will be behind us soon. Donna?
What's going on?
For one thing, I identified my kidnapper.
Who?
Ian Rain, the Cory's groundskeeper.
Ian Rain. He did seem mysterious.
The police are after him now, and Ryan thinks that Ian is going to lead to Carl.
Carl's alive?
Looks that way.
No wonder you're so
I'm
upset.
upset because of what's in here. Last night, I had my bag all packed. I was ready to walk out the door and leave Grant for good.
Why?
Because he lied to me. And deliberately, so don't ask.
You're hardly in a position to be complaining about lies.
Mother, what Grant knew could have ended my nightmares for good. It could have Ryan well on the way to finding Carl.
And you were going to walk out on your marriage because of that?
Yes, I was. That and a lot more. But then Grant made me realize everything I've been putting him through lately. It's just that he doesn't understand what I'm feeling.
And Ryan does.
Yes, I don't even have to say a word.
Were you going to take your suitcase to Ryan's place?
I don't know.
Oh, you're kidding yourself if you think he's going to take you back.
Well, I feel like I'm suffocating. I'm so sick of Grant telling me how I'm supposed to feel and how I'm supposed to show it. And
Darling, it's because he loves you so much.
then why am I starting to feel like I am programmed?
Victoria, you tried to have a life with Ryan, and it didn't work because he was so rigid about everything.
Well, it isn't working with Grant either.
Fine. Do what you want to do, you're going to anyway. But just remember, if you walk out on Grant, you're going to shut the door forever, and your son will pay as big a price as you do.
I blame myself.
Why?
He worked for me as a chauffeur. He called himself Carter then.
And this was in San Francisco?
Yes. Maggie was always asking for driving lessons, hanging around with him.
Apparently she was gaga over him.
Were you satisfied with his work?
Until I found him snooping through the house. I thought he was a thief, so I let him go. Maggie accused me of being terribly unfair. They were friends.
Is that all they were?
She's just a kid.
Did he take anything?
No,
So as far as Maggie's concerned, she was right and you were wrong.
definitely.
And you would call this, what, misplaced loyalty?
I do, along with a healthy dose of rebellion.
Well, you gotta hand it to her. She went to extremes to cover her tracks. No name, no money from home.
She must have been so scared.
Oh, I don't know. She sounds a lot like Cecile to me. Talk first, think later.
Oh, bite your tongue.
He's right, Rachel. It's what makes it so hard for Blaine and me to deal with her. I imagine Cecile at the height of adolescence.
Excuse me, that's probably Dean. Hi, Dean, come on in. Thanks for coming over.
Sure. Where is she?
She's upstairs. Listen, we're just not getting anywhere with her. It would be really neat if you could convince her that her father isn't the bad guy here.
Do we know that he's not?
He loves her. Maybe it would help if she believed that.
All right, I'll give it a shot.
Thanks.
So, Ian was looking for a key at your place, Sandy, and when he couldn't find it, he came here.
That's why he was interested in checking the locks around here.
No wonder he couldn't take his eyes off the key Matt found at the espresso bar.
Matt found a key?
Yes, it fell out of one of Mac's books. I brought it home for you to look at, and the next thing I knew, it was missing.
No, not anymore. According to Maggie, Ian has it now.
What else did Maggie say? Is Ian connected in any way to the takeover of Cory Publishing?
You don't think so, do you?
Jake is convinced
that Ian was put here as a plant to spy on us by some corporate raider. I thought it was ridiculous at first, and then I got to thinking about it and wondering whether there was some sort of Carl Hutchins connection.
You think a dead man is behind the takeover?
Oh, it's a wild idea.
Very wild.
No, nothing is wild when it comes to Carl. Besides, it doesn't exactly sync with what Maggie had to say. She said that Ian has become possessed with righting some wrong that was done to his father by Mac and, oddly enough, by my grandfather.